Have you ever experienced a profound sense of disconnection, as if your innermost self remains shrouded in mystery to others? Consider the possibility that this sense of being misunderstood is not a flaw, but a secret superpower waiting to be unleashed. Ever found yourself yearning for a connection that seems just out of reach, your core identity seemingly invisible to the world around you? What if I told you that this feeling of being misunderstood is, in fact, the key to unlocking your untapped potential? Today, we're diving deep into why those who often feel alienated, the select few, not only face this unique challenge, but also thrive because of it. Being misunderstood isn't just a personal struggle. It's a clear sign of exceptional talents and a separate path that sets you apart. We'll explore the mystery of being misunderstood, how it's an indicator of unique abilities, the mental resilience it fosters, and how embracing your true self can lead you to profound success and fulfillment. Tune in as we uncover the genuine power of being misunderstood and the ways you can harness it to transform your life. In the midst of a crowd, you might still feel utterly alone, with a lingering sense that your core essence, convictions, and viewpoints are so divergent from the norm that This pervasive feeling of estrangement is what the mind recognizes as being misunderstood. Essentially, being misunderstood stems from having a unique perspective, unusual skills, or existing on a different plane of awareness compared to the majority. Your inclinations, curiosity, and passion simply don't align with societal norms and expectations. For those with exceptional gifts, being misunderstood is an inevitable rite of passage. The most brilliant creative geniuses and thought-provoking intellectuals throughout history have all experienced extensive periods of ridicule, rejection, and incomprehension before their contributions were recognized. Vincent van Gogh exemplifies this. His avant-garde post-impressionism defied norms and violated the artistic standards of the 19th century. He lived a life of poverty, plagued by psychosis and depression, and sold only a few paintings before his death. Yet today, his masterpieces such as The Starry Night rank among the most famous and valuable artworks ever created. Consider Nikola Tesla, the eccentric Serbian-American inventor who clashed with Thomas Edison while pioneering innovations like the AC induction motor and neon lighting. His behavior, perceived as erratic and peculiar, originated from a genius-level intellect and neurodiversity, leading him to be labeled a mad scientist in his time. It was only decades after his death that his numerous inventions, crucial to modern electrical transmission, were fully appreciated. Being in the forefront, having an extremely open mind, and perceiving reality from an elevated perspective is the fundamental reason for incomprehension. As the saying goes, people do not reject ideas. They reject changes that affect their identities and perspectives. This discord between our intrinsic truth and societal norms is the cradle of visionaries in all fields. Misunderstanding, while initially seeming like a curse, is in reality a clear sign that you possess rare talents and a level of awareness that escapes the majority. The feeling of not fitting in or being at odds with mainstream thinking indicates that you've been endowed with abilities that surpass the ordinary. Pause for a moment. If everyone instantly understood you, it would imply that your thoughts, skills, and perspectives are firmly within the boundaries of the conventional. However, the most outstanding innovators and creative minds are not conventional. They are transcendent. Their unique way of perceiving and talents are precisely what enable them to create brilliant works initially shrouded in misunderstanding. Those who are misunderstood are of the rarest kind. They possess coveted abilities like viewing the world through a non-traditional lens, unbound by collective thought. They have the intellectual courage to resist the currents of conformity and thrive in intellectual and creative dimensions that unsettle the herd until societal awareness rises to appreciate them. A brief look at history's most influential artists, scientists, entrepreneurs, and spiritual leaders reveals this pattern. Pablo Picasso's abstract cubism was initially decried by critics as an affront to tradition before igniting a global movement. Albert Einstein's theory of relativity fundamentally redefined our understanding of space, time, and the very fabric of physics, yet was initially regarded as an enigma. Vanguard thinkers from Van Gogh to Virginia Woolf to Deepak Chopra have withstood eras of trivialization or pathologization before their transcendent concepts permeated the mainstream. Even in commerce, the most brilliant innovations invariably encounter skepticism initially. Uber, Airbnb, and Netflix all faced waves of misunderstanding and dismissal before their groundbreaking models revolutionized entire sectors. The initial misunderstanding is merely a temporary clash between radically new concepts and society's adherence to the familiar. So, if you often find yourself as the peculiar one out, an outlier struggling to conform or connect with the mainstream thought process, that's not a negative trait at all. It's the most profound external validation that you've been endowed with a higher awareness and remarkable gifts that the world is yet to catch up with. The feeling of being misunderstood is merely the inaugural step in the hero's journey for visionaries and the chosen, before the world opens its eyes. While the feeling of being misunderstood is a clear sign of possessing rare gifts, it doesn't come without an emotional burden. The psychological and emotional strain of existing as a square peg in a round hole can be substantial, especially during the developmental years. As a child or young adult, not fitting in with your peers or aligning with societal norms can engender profound estrangement, insecurity, and internal turmoil. It's an intensely distressing ordeal to have your essence, convictions, and lifestyle persistently disregarded or belittled by those around you. The constant feeling of, "there's something wrong with me," or "I don't fit in," can engender loneliness, anxiety, and a lack of self-esteem. Many visionaries with exceptional gifts contend with these scars well into adulthood. They may evolve into cynical loners who reject social affiliations, or they overcompensate by yearning for external validation and approval to fill the inner void engendered by perpetual estrangement. At their worst, they forsake their individuality by stifling their uniqueness to finally assimilate and gain acceptance. However, those chosen ones who emerge the most robust are those who embrace the misunderstood epoch as an incredible opportunity for transformative growth. Like steel forged in fierce flames, the ordeals of being an outlier create calluses that cultivate revolutionary levels of tenacity, self-conviction, and emotional fortitude within the spirit. By standing firm in their truth despite public rejection, they cultivate an unassailable sense of self-assurance. They refine skills such as self-awareness, integrity, and the ability to sow seeds for long-term visions that daring minds can't envision. They develop the tenacity and resolve to persist through arduous journeys ahead that would shatter those of conventional consciousness. In many ways, the bittersweet psychological turmoil of being misunderstood is the proving ground that differentiates theoretical visionaries from those capable of forging tangible global impact. Those who brave the flames and emerge unscathed possess extraordinary emotional resilience. They transmute their suffering into unbreakable character strengths. Their capacity to not only endure but thrive against opposition is what enables them to ultimately transform the world. If you can endure the psychological and emotional ordeals of being misunderstood, there's an incredible opportunity awaiting you to step into your power as one of the rare chosen ones whose unique gifts can yield extraordinary impact. The inaugural step is to wholly embrace your exquisite individuality as a source of strength rather than inadequacy. Instead of contorting yourself to fit society's mold, opt to celebrate how you were masterfully designed to surpass confines. Reframe being an outsider as an emblem of your elite status in a world where you simply function on a higher plane that most have yet to comprehend. Once you effect this internal transition, it's crucial to discover your cohort of fellow voyagers and maverick thinkers who acknowledge and extol your special talents. Whether these are mentors, peers, partners, or colleagues, having at least a modest community who inherently understands you offers invaluable validation and sustenance. These are the individuals who will have faith in you when the world is still catching up. Numerous history's most illustrious visionaries found their tribes in this manner. The avant-garde artists, writers, and creatives who congregated in bohemian havens like 1920s Paris or 1960s Greenwich Village. The lone wolves like Steve Jobs or Elon Musk who assembled teams of genius co-creators aligned with their daring visions. Or iconic duos like John Lennon and Yoko Ono. two unyielding spirits who forged an unbreakable and productive partnership. With this empowering self-concept and a supportive crew, you are ready to unleash the remarkable gifts and perspectives that set you apart. The blueprint is already within you. The artist who perceives beauty where others are blind. The entrepreneur who uncovers an undervalued market. The scientist who dares to pioneer a new paradigm. By staying true to that singular inner voice, you hold the power to imprint an enduring mark on the world, be it creative, intellectual, or entrepreneurial. History's pantheon of icons provides radiant examples. Despite insurmountable hardships and dismissal, Frida Kahlo gifted Mexico with one of its most poignant self-portraits through her majestic artwork. Mahatma Gandhi's steadfast adherence to nonviolence enabled him to peacefully dismantle the British Empire in India. J.K. Rowling, through perseverance amidst poverty and self-doubt, brought forth the Harry Potter series, infusing the world with boundless imagination and magic. When you cease to censor yourself and operate from your deepest authenticity, no critics or setbacks can ultimately derail you. You will cultivate a creative discipline and a sense of conviction that draws supporters and resources. Your endeavors will act as a magnet, drawing the culture towards you. What was once scorned soon transforms into a revolution that reshapes the world. Thriving as a chosen one requires resilience, yet the most impactful visionaries don't merely endure periods of misunderstanding. They actively convert that friction into fuel to propel their mission. The initial step is to foster a mindset of growth, treating every rejection or criticism as an opportunity to refine your vision rather than a source of dejection. View others' incomprehension not as a negation, but as feedback that you must persist in innovating until the world's consciousness evolves to embrace your ideas. Utilize the feedback loop of misunderstanding to calibrate your message and creations, ensuring they resonate more powerfully over time. This iterative process differentiates ideas that leave a lasting impact from those that fizzle out. The individuals and viewpoints that most challenge or offend you can illuminate your greatest areas for growth. Additionally, interpret society's initial incomprehension as a filter, attracting only those destined to join your movement. Remain deeply committed to your genuine expression, and the appropriate supporters, collaborators, and patrons will find their way to your side over time. As a misunderstood visionary, you play the long game, planting seeds for future harvests and drawing in the true believers who resonate with your vision. It's crucial to channel the restless energy stemming from your forward thinking into prolific creation and output. Great artists like Van Gogh harnessed misunderstanding and rejection to boost their productivity rather than succumbing to despair. Despite his struggles for recognition, he produced an astonishing 2,100 artworks during his brief life. Entrepreneurs who defied the odds applied relentless anti-complacency to address unmet societal needs with focused discipline. Leverage the gift of fewer distractions. As an outsider, you can distill that marginalized identity into unparalleled drive, originality, and tenacity, unmatched by those fettered by fleeting trends. Finally, focus less on persuading the world to accept your ideas and more on executing them. Let your disruptive creations, inventions, and influence serve as the evidence that overcomes societal inertia. Ultimately, those brave enough to embrace misunderstanding as a catalyst become unstoppable forces, their impact undeniable in sculpting the future. Today, we've seen how being misunderstood is not an obstacle, but a guiding light, leading the chosen ones to remarkable achievements. From historical icons to contemporary trailblazers, embracing your uniqueness is the first step on the path to greatness. Now, I invite you to join our own tribe of the misunderstood in the comments section. Share how your singular journey has sculpted your triumphs, and if you're prepared to transform feeling distinct into your superpower, hit the like button as if it's the threshold to your fresh voyage. Don't forget to subscribe and enable notifications so you won't miss any of our empowering content. Thank you for watching, and continue to flourish on your unique trajectory.